Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video what we are going to see is important terms in the environment, ecology and the ecosystem chapter. Okay, first one that we are going to see is ecotone. Okay, ecotone, sorry, ecotone. Ecotone is nothing but a transition area between two biomes. So it was a transition area. If there is a one biome, for example, take for example desert. So desert is a one type of a biome. Then forest biome. So if some this is a transition area between the desert biome and the forest biome. So the transition area between the forest and the desert biome is grassland. Okay. So the area between the two major biomes, which is a transition area, is known as a which is a intermediate area, is known as a transition or a ecotone. Transition area or a ecotone. Take for example grassland. So as already said, grassland is a transition between a forest and the desert ecosystem. Then estuary. Estuary is a transition area between freshwater and salt water. So in between wherever the freshwater and saltwater mixes, and the transition area will be a estuary. Transition area will be a estuary. So this is a ecotone, which is nothing but a transition area between two major biomes. Okay. Next one that we are going to see is ecoline. Okay. It is a gradual and continuous changes. So it is a continuous change. At the same time, it is not a change. It is not a sharp point change. Okay, it is gradually, slow by slow changing from one area to another area. So change from one ecosystem to another ecosystem. So if you are traveling from a desert ecosystem, if you are in the middle of a desert, and if you are going towards the forest, okay, from desert to forest, the whole thing does not change. Whole thing does not change in a sharp point. It also changes by a step by step. Whenever you are traveling from a desert, there will be at a starting point there will be a cold sand only. Then if you are after you are going a small distance, some small shrubs are coming. Then afterwards you are going, some small plants will come. Okay. Then after that, step by step grassland will come. Then forest will come. Not entirely desert and then forest does not come. Step by step changes in plants, animals is known as a ecoline. So ecotone is a transition area. Ecoline is a step by step but continuous, gradual and continuous change. Okay. So what are all the things that going to change from one ecosystem to another ecosystem is the temperature, altitude. Altitude is nothing but a height. Okay, altitude change and some other changes also. Take for example salinity. Okay, if you are going from one part of a sea to another part of a sea, there will be a change in a salinity. Salinity is a salt content in a water. Okay, so this is what is known as a ecoline. Then edge effect and edge species. Changes in the population or community structure. Okay, so edge effect is nothing but a change in a population and the community structure when compared to that of a major ecosystem. Take for example, take a same example, forest, then desert. So these are the two major biomes, forest and desert. The plants and animals, which is nothing but a flora and fauna in the forest and desert will not be same. So the plant types in a forest will be of a one type, but in a desert it will be another type. So the changes in the population. So population density will change from one ecosystem to another ecosystem. Then community structure, it's a structure of an organization, its habitats, its habits, its food habits. So everything will change from a one ecosystem to another ecosystem, and that is known as a at this what is means of edge effect is that this is the edge of a two ecosystem, which is a forest and a desert. Generally it may be a grassland. Generally it may be a grassland. Okay, in this edge place, that is a at the edge of a desert and a forest. Here the species population will be different from a forest and a desert ecosystem. The species that the plants and animals, the species found here will not be same that of a forest, will not be same that of a desert. It may be a combination of a both or different from the both. Take for example bats. Some types of bats will be large at a grassland ecosystem, which is a edge transition zone between a forest and desert. Some bats will be at a higher population when compared to that of a forest and compared to that of a desert. Okay. So what is the edge species? Such birds are known as a edge species. So take for example, if some animals or some plants or some birds or some insect which will be a higher than population when compared to these two types of biomes is known as a edge species. Their population will be rich at the transition place. Okay. Okay, next one is ecological niche. Unique functional role and position. So, of a species in its habitat. So, if you take any species, its a separate functional role is known as a ecological niche. Take for example, leopard, tiger, cheetah. So take this as an example: leopard, tiger, and a cheetah. Although these three is a big cats. These three comes under the big cats. Although these three may be a predator species. Okay, they kill other consumers like bees. Then it kills other goat. It feed on other animals like goat, bees, etc. So although these three of them being a big cats, something will be differ from one to another. Some changes will be there. Some habits will be there. Not ecological niche of a leopard will be different from that of a tiger. Ecological niche of a tiger will be different from that of a cheetah, because there is some differentiation between these three species. Okay, although they being a big cats. Okay, so some changes will be there. It's take for example the food habits of these three species, although a common predators, some changes will be there in their food habits. The reproduction habits, some seasons will be there for a reproduction for every animal. So the reproduction, and there is also some habits in the reproduction. So the reproduction habits of these three animals may change in a small amount. Okay, then physical and chemical, their dependence on physical atmosphere and the chemical changes, body's chemical condition may change from one to another. Although these three being a big cats. Okay, these three being a predator animals. So there will be some changes in their habits. Okay, that is what is known as not all, the ecological niche of one species will be changed from that of another species. Will be different from that of another species. The ecological niche of one species will always be different from that of another species. Not same when compared to another. Okay, there will be some differentiation in the ecological niche. This is what is known as ecological niche. That's it's a separate unique functional role. Okay. Okay, these are all the important terms in the environment, ecology, and the ecosystem chapter. Okay, thank you.